The Chancellor's not declaring victory on the recovery just yet. Like the block of flats in central London where he gave his speech, it's a work in progress. But George Osborne thinks he can now say he was right to stick to his tough approach to cutting the deficit, and those who called for a rethink were wrong. In other words, his Plan A has beaten Labour's Plan B.
We held our nerve when many told us to abandon our plan. And as a result, thanks to the efforts and the sacrifices of the British people, Britain is turning a corner.
Is it a fair summary of your speech that you were right about everything and your critics were wrong about everything?
Well, I've said at the Mansion House that actually...
The Chancellor said he would have handled the problems at Royal Bank of Scotland differently, but otherwise the answer seemed to be yes.
There was a very heated argument in this country about Plan A versus Plan B. I would suggest that those who advocated Plan B cannot explain what is happening at the moment.
The Chancellor's right that the economy's gained a lot of momentum the last few months. He's also right that the growth we've seen recently has been a lot more broad-based. But George Osborne also claimed today that the critics of austerity had now comprehensively lost the argument. Even experts who support the Chancellor don't think it's that black and white.
There's no doubt that austerity has been a drag on economic growth and jobs, but it's been the lesser of a number of evils. The near implosion in the Eurozone has probably been the worst, and the rebalancing of excesses prior to the crisis.
Labour's shadow Chancellor today said austerity was always one of many things holding back the recovery, including the crisis in the Eurozone. The debate, he said, was about whether the government could have done more to support living standards and growth.
If he'd listened to wise voices saying, take a steady approach, a balanced approach, I think we have not seen the pain, the stalled deficit reduction and the falling living standards which George Osborne has delivered.
Mr Osborne said it wasn't either or. The success of his Plan A had given him the best chance of raising living standards as well. Not everyone here in Cardiff agreed.
I don't think it's getting any better, to be honest. I think people are worse off than they were about 10 years ago. Especially in my position with my baby and everything like that.
Housing prices going up in a few areas, good signs, yes, but recovery, that's another matter.
People seem to be spending more, the shops seem to be quite busy. I think things are generally getting better and the feel-good factor's coming back a bit, I think.
The Chancellor thinks the debate about how to fix the deficit is moving into the past. The debate about how to fix the hole in Britain's living standards is alive and well. Stephanie Flanders, BBC News.